Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be discussing about possible transfer move for Chelsea, both outgoings and incoming, and there is a stadium update. We'll be going from players from Kenan Yildiz to Renato Vega to Enzo Fernández to Noni Madueke, and Nicolas Jackson updates on his injury. Obviously, he has returned. We'll discuss about it in this video, and then we'll talk about Sancho as well. And all these things are things we'll be getting into. You get me? But first of all, welcome back to the channel. This is Papi Knows Football. Do me a favor. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers to the end of the season. From now to the end of the season, obviously. Previously, we hit 1,000 subscribers last year. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. We're already like 1,600 as of when I'm recording. Almost 1,700. Help me get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of this thing. And the analytics says that 85% of you, 85% that watch this video, that thumbs up to this channel, does not subscribe. And that's a disgrace, man. That's a disgrace, man. That's a disgrace. Well, yeah, let's get into the video. Now let's start with Yildiz. So Jorge Mendes has informed Juventus that both Chelsea and Liverpool are now keen on signing Kenan Yildiz in the summer. Now, Kenan Yildiz is a Juventus player, obviously. But when I looked him up, because he's not a player that I watch. I don't watch Italian Serie A. Now, for us as a club, we need a goal-scoring winger. I don't think Yildiz suits the profile of winger we want in that club. I think this is just rubbish, because already we have players like Quenda coming in, Extova coming in. I don't really see us needing a winger. Obviously, we need a winger because in the case of Mudryk, we haven't heard any update on him. In case he got a ban, in case he returns, we need a winger. But I don't think Yildiz is not the man for me. Obviously, he might be a very good player. I'll look up his highlights after this video. But he might be a very good player. But I don't really think he suits the profile we are going. And I'm tired of this whole Jorge Mendes thing. We have signed players because it's Jorge Mendes' agent, Joao Felix, Jorge Mendes' agent. What's his name? Pedro Neto, Jorge Mendes' agent. We have signed players because of the agent is Jorge Mendes, and that's quite a disgrace for us to sign a player to please an agent. This guy is not not up to the standard, in my opinion. But if you have watched him, I would love to be proven wrong. If you think he's good, get your thoughts under the comment section. And now another player that is in Juventus is Renato Vega. This January, Renato Vega went to Juventus, but according to reports, Renato Vega looks to set to return to Chelsea. The midfield has not fully convinced during his stay in Turin, and his loan will not be renewed by Juventus. Now, the whole loan deal of this guy going on a loan don't really make sense to me, because I think he could have had some more playing time by the second half of the season. But he went to Juventus, which I think he has. Obviously, he looked good there, but I don't think his stay is going to permanent. I think he's going to return and join the players for the Club World Cup, which I think is a very good update. I think I like him. Very good player. I think if he is patient, he can develop into a very, 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 very good player. Now, something happened in the midweek. Obviously, there was Argentina versus Brazil, but that's not the highlight of what I'm about to talk. But during the international break, so according to reports, he says that Atlético Madrid players tried to convince Enzo Fernández to join them over the international break. He determined to stay at Chelsea in the future. All options are open, and all options are open if there are rumors of Madrid being interested in him. And I don't know how true that rumor is. I don't know if it's gonna happen or something like that. But we'll just have to look out for it. But in the case, there are reports that he equally rejected Atlético Madrid. But we'll just have to see how that goes. But there is a good news that I've been looking forward to. Since the international break finished, I've been looking forward to see the news that Nicolas Jackson has returned to the training. Yesterday, reports came in from Chelsea, actually, that Nicolas Jackson returned to the grass and worked with the group today. So it looks like he will be ready for Tottenham. Now, in Kopama's situation, I think Kopama is another player. He hasn't trained since the international break, and they are working for him to get back to play Tottenham in the third of next month. So we'll just have to see how that goes. And now let's move on to Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke, obviously, there are reports that he might be returning back after this international break. But that's not the news here, because according to Alex Crook, Newcastle and Aston Villa are keeping eye on the situation of Noni Madueke. Chelsea could opt to cash in to fund the new summer transfer signings. Yeah, now I think Chelsea is going to make a lot of gain on him, but I think this is a very, very big mistake. We have someone like William Extover who is coming in, who hasn't played in the league. We are not going to rely on him to play the right wing. We have someone like Pedro Neto, who, in my opinion, is not up to the standard. He's not up to the standard. He's not the type of players. Even Noni Madueke is not up to the level, but like I think he's the best of the rubbish. You get me? And selling Noni Madueke doesn't really make sense to me right now because you don't have a better player or a player that is on the same level. If you think Pedro Neto is better than Noni Madueke, you're a joke. If you think Pedro Neto is better than Noni Madueke, I will repeat it again, it's a joke because I think this is a very big mistake. Obviously, there are talks in the summer of selling him. Newcastle are equally interested in buying him as well, but we just have to see what happens this summer. Whether Chelsea is going to sell him. Obviously, we'll be having an earlier transfer for the Club World Cup. Now let's move on to Jadon Sancho. Obviously, Chelsea have came out and clarified they are going to sign him on permanent. They like him, but there are reports that, according to Blitz information, that Jadon Sancho has told his management he wants to return to Jadon Sancho. Even while at Chelsea, he regularly speaks to his friend Jamie Gittins about Dortmund, but Leverkusen also registered interest. It doesn't look like, it looks like a rumor, or it looks like it's true because he has a very good tie with Borussia Dortmund. He returned there previously 6 months ago. He might be looking to return there if the Chelsea situation is not working out. Like I said in my video where I discussed about Sancho extensively, if you want to see it, go check it out. I discussed about Sancho extensively. I said that I don't think it's the problem of our team, but him joining Borussia Dortmund, I think Chelsea, there actually talks that Chelsea may sign him and sell him off. But we'll have to see how that goes. And now we'll be talking about an update about Chelsea. Now, according to Liam, he said that Chelsea sources says that there will be no stand-by-stand rebuild due to costs and disruption and limited ability to improve matchday experience to capacity. The two options left are a complete demolition and redevelopment, or moving to Elscott. Now, Elscott is 15 minutes away from Stamford Bridge, and there are talks of Chelsea moving there because of the whole stadium, and we need to increase our capacity because it's no longer enough. I think it's 40,000, 45,000 capacity, and Chelsea are looking forward to going for around 60 or so. But even if we develop Stamford Bridge with 60,000 capacity, and in the future, maybe in 10 years, 20 years time, we need to increase our capacity again. London is a very, very tight space, but if we move to a new location, Elscott, I think there's a lot of space there. Even if we get a 60,000 capacity at first, we could easily redevelop. Even in the future, we want to make a more space, more capacity. I think we could add more because there will be a lot of space there, and it's a new site. And with the complications of buying properties in London and stuff, a lot of things that will be hindering Chelsea with developing, or getting a bigger landmass for them to develop the type of stadium they want at Stamford Bridge. I think it's going to be hard. And one thing is that even if we say, okay, let's redevelop Stamford Bridge, where are we going to play? Are we going to move to Wembley? Which I don't think makes sense. I think we should stick to Stamford Bridge, get the Elscott. But I don't know. I think the owners have different ideas of how to go with, but we just have to see what happens. And obviously, I'm really, really happy, and I want us to get a new stadium and stuff like that. So yeah, so here's the news. I hope you enjoy it, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. You go be.